Over. So hello everyone and welcome to Meditation Monday, fresh for October, all autumnal with falling leaves and stuff, and acorns. We've got so many acorns. I can't believe how many acorns there are. So yes, today we are doing a body scan, which I notice has been mentioned in the forum today already, so that's kind of nice. So as always, just make yourself comfortable. For a body scan, for most meditations you can choose between sitting or laying down, but the body scan is very ME friendly. It's always laying down one. So we just start by relaxing into whatever's underneath us, whether that's the sofa or the mattress on the bed. And let our head just flop onto the cushion or the pillow. And then we just take a few deep breaths, filling our body with air. We can just allow ourselves to sink into whatever's beneath us and relax completely and just let go for the next 20 minutes or so. And close our eyes and just gradually go over the whole body, just checking in with how parts of us feel. And the idea is to tune into our sense of feeling. I've probably said before, when I first started doing this, I noticed that when I was asked to put my attention on my toe, what my brain would actually do is come up with an image of what my toe looked like rather than tuning into the felt sense. And that's what we're trying to do, especially with our eyes closed. It is to actually feel what's going in our body and check in with what's happening. Hopefully leaving it a little more relaxed at the end. So we begin as always with our lovely big toes. So just take your awareness, place it on the big toe. See how that feels. I can feel my big toe already and can feel how solid it feels and how the muscle even in my big toe is really tense and just almost knotted. You can just feel that, and we don't judge with whatever's there, but just by non-judgmentally sensing what's in our big toe, sometimes it can help it to relax just a little bit. Then we move to our second toes. See how they're feeling today. Is there any tightness in there? Does it feel hard, soft, warm, cool? And then we do the same with our middle toes. And if during having your awareness on the toes you feel a need to wriggle them at all, then do that. That's no problem at all. I'm sorry if the fan's making a noise. My computer just seems to overheat at the moment. Then we go to our fourth toe. Check in with there. How are they feeling today? Then our little toes. Probably not something we think about outside of a body scan meditation, or if we catch it on something or accidentally drop something on it, that's probably the only time we think of our little toe. Probably the same with most of our toes. but they're there doing a good job being toes. Then we move to the area just behind the toes. Guess what is that? What is that area called? I should know. I say it every time we do this, but just that part of the foot just behind the toes. Put our attention there and see how it feels. Is that the ball of the foot? Might be. Then we move to the sole of our foot, which is kind of a bit of an arch, isn't it? Quite soft normally. Just see how that feels. And then on the top of the foot. And then we move to the heel. Does the heel feel quite hard, quite dense? Does it feel soft and kind of light? Then we can move up to our ankle. Maybe just breathe a little when we're focusing on our ankle. See if we can just allow whatever's happening in the ankles just to let go a bit and let the feet kind of hang freely. Then we move our attention up to the backs of our calves. Even if we don't walk about a lot or even stand, there can be quite a lot of tension in the calves. It's quite a big long muscle. And again we can sense the front of the lower leg. See how that feels. You may sense a difference between the parts of the body we've put our awareness on already, the feet and the lower leg, and the parts of the body that we haven't. Maybe they just feel a bit more relaxed, a bit softer. Then we go up to the back of the knee. How does your back of the knee feel? And the front of the knee. Then we go to the backs of our thighs. The thighs are probably one of the biggest, well they are one of the biggest muscles in the body. They can get very tight and tense. So we can just become aware of how they're feeling. And similarly we can do the same with the front of the thigh. Then we move our awareness to our buttocks. As I say every time we do this, the buttocks hold a lot of tension because they're the meeting point between the legs and the torso. So they contain any of the tension which is also stored in the thighs, but also that comes from the lower back and the stomach. And those of us who can sit up, you probably spend a lot of time sitting on our buttocks, so that's another source of tension. And just see how that's feeling. On the other side of the body, we can be aware of our pelvic area, see if that's feeling tight or tense. One thing we can often notice is where there's tightness in one part of the body, it can be tight on the other side as well. As the one muscle constricts, it pulls on another muscle. Then we move our awareness up to our stomach area. When I'm feeling stressed or anxious, I find I can really tighten my stomach muscles. And that can affect my breathing as well. If I tense my stomach muscles, my breathing won't be as deep, be much more shallow. Going round to our lower back, you can see how that is. Is that feeling tense? Is it loose? Does it feel hot or cold? And then we can move up to our chest. The pectoral muscles in our chest can hold tension, especially as part of the movement of our arms. So we can just become aware of that. And just also we can take another couple of deeper, slower breaths into our chest and maybe all the way down to our stomach, just filling our body with air. Then we take our attention to our upper back. And if you use your arms and hands a lot on the computer, you can find this area can get quite tight. And that again can pull on the chest muscles and make the whole, like a sort of band of tightness around you, which is particularly unpleasant, I find. And then we can go up to our shoulders. How are your shoulders feeling? Are you holding them up towards your ears or just letting them relax? Shoulders are another part which holds the tension from our activity in our arms and hands. Now we move on down to our upper arms and our biceps. Just see how those are feeling. Around both our bicep area and the back of our arms. How are those feeling? And we put our awareness on our elbows. Then on our lower arms. It's another area for me which is especially tense, probably because I spend too much time typing on the keyboard. And we place our attention on our wrists. And then the palms of our hands. Are your palms kind of drawn in? Are they drawing all the rest of the fingers in? Or are your palms fairly loose? Does it feel hot in your palm? Cool? Now as with the toes, we go round the thumbs and fingers, beginning with the thumbs, which are like our big toes. See how they're doing. That doesn't just include a bit of the thumb which is sticking out, but the kind of fleshy area on the palm of the hand, just a thumb muscle. And we become aware of our index fingers, our middle fingers, all the way from the knuckle right to the end. Our third fingers, and our little fingers. And then we can become aware of our whole hand and just allow our hands and our wrists to relax and just be supported by a mattress or just to hang. And we go back up our arms into our neck. The neck muscles have a big job of keeping our head steady. And if we're not laying down, that's quite a big job with the weight of our head. For now, we can just let our head rest so our neck muscles can rest. Just see how those feel. And also become aware of the back of our head, just the base of the skull where it meets the neck, where the cervical vertebrae, C1, C2, hold up the head. We can go further up the back of our head and see how that feels. And just allow that, if you're laying on your back, just to relax more into the cushion or pillow. Going round to the front of our face, become aware of our jaw. If we have to talk a lot or just through chewing and eating, jaw muscles can become quite tense. We can also be aware of our cheek muscles, the muscles around the eyes. And we can be aware of the sides of our heads and around the ear. Is there any tension around the ear? Do our ears feel hot or cold? And become aware of your forehead. If we're anxious or worried, we can tend to furrow our brows and become tense. Now we can just relax our forehead. And going to the top of our head, we can become aware of the crown of our head and how that feels. And we're going to do the same again as we did for the last body scans. Imagine there's the crown of your head, just right at the crown of your head is opening. And that when you breathe in, you just breathe in through the crown of your head into your whole body, right down from your toes. And then when you breathe out, the air comes back up from right down in your toes, all the way up your body, and goes out through the crown of your head. And you can just keep doing that if you find it relaxing. Otherwise, you can just become aware of your whole body and just continue to breathe. The breath itself is like a wave on the sea, just breaking against the shore as it goes out, and then retreating as you breathe in again, only to crash back on the shore. As we come to the end of the meditation for today, as normal, there's no need to come out of this state quickly. If you're feeling relaxed and rested and cozy, you can stay like this for as long as you wish. Just letting your body relax into a restful state. Feel if there's any changes in your body from when you began the meditation. Then when you are ready, you just wiggle your fingers and toes a little and open your eyes and look at the world. And I hope you enjoyed today's body scan, and hope to see you very soon. Thanks very much.